More than half of new couples are meeting online these days, and that has dramatically changed the dynamic of that first date conversation when they finally meet face to face. Now, more than ever, that first real-life conversation can be a deal maker or it can be a deal breaker. George Moufarrej is an author and dating expert, and he joins us now from Los Angeles. Good to have you with us, George.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
So tell me, with online dating, how first dates are now different.
First dates are different because now, because of online dating, a person knows more about his date than before because of the profile on the dating site. They know more stuff about the hobbies, the history of the person with his previous relationships because of the profile. So on the first date, it's not like before where they have to find out more about the person. Instead, they should talk about other topics than about the person, because they know a lot more about the person from the profile than if they had met at offline.
So what sorts of things should they be talking about?
They should always try to keep the atmosphere positive. They should talk about stuff that make the atmosphere exciting and pleasant. Stuff that they should talk about include their favorite foods, their favorite hobbies, their favorite places to travel. Also stuff that deal with entertainment, like the latest movies, the latest hit songs, the issues that have to deal with celebrities, and the latest TV episodes are good stuff to talk about because they keep the atmosphere pleasant and exciting.
What if your date is on the shy side? Should you just keep talking?
No, that's the worst thing that you could do. If you do that, I don't think you'll end up having a second date. If your date is on the shy side, you should try to draw your date out by asking her questions on pleasant topics so that she contributes to the conversation. A person should aim to make the conversation 50% him and 50% his date.
So, George, what are the things people shouldn't talk about? What are the no-nos?
The three main topics that a person should avoid on a first date are religion, politics, and sports, because they tend to cause arguments most of the time, and starting off a relationship with arguments isn't the way to go. Also, a person shouldn't talk about money, about his past loves, about if he has a criminal history or a history of alcohol or drug abuse, he shouldn't talk about it. Also, a person should never try to seem needy or desperate on a first date by saying, I need you, I can't be without you. Also, a person should never talk about marriage or commitment, even though he's interested in a committed relationship or in marriage.
And so what happens next? You know, dates 2, 3, 4, can you start disclosing that stuff?
Usually on the sixth date and after, it's a good idea to disclose that stuff. Before, it's not a good idea because both people are still not very familiar with each other. But after the sixth date and onwards, then both people are familiar with each other, and they could disclose the stuff.
All right, George, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me on the show. It was a pleasure.